everyone, it's Latin Roses. If you want to learn how to make a healthy vanilla custard, so yummy, then keep watching. The magic ingredient in this is a sweet potato, if you can believe it. And I prefer a white or a yellow if you can find one. But if you can, an orange one will work as well. I have to use an orange today because I couldn't find a white one in my store. First, cut off the ends and then cut it in half. After you cut it in half, you're going to need to peel off the skin. After you peel off the skin, you're going to need to place the sweet potatoes into a pot of water over a medium heat and cook them for 45 to 55 minutes. You're going to need a spring-form pan. A 7-inch is the best size, but I only have a 3-inch, so I'm just going to use this little one to show you. You can make this in a pie plate or any kind of baking dish you want, but it won't come out as nice, so you really need a spring-form pan. You need to spray it with some spray oil. I'm using avocado oil that I got from Costco. You can use butter if you need to. Put that aside. To make the crust, we're going to use pecans. You can use walnuts or cashews, or if you're allergic to nuts, you can use a ready-made crust, but I'm going to use pecans. They taste the best for this recipe. Next, you're going to need maple syrup, organic if you can find it, and optional is grass-fed butter to make the crust more firm. You're going to start off by placing the pecans into a blender. 1 1/4 cup goes right in. After you grind them up, you're going to add 4 tablespoons organic maple syrup, and then the optional ingredient, the grass-fed butter. Melt it 2 tablespoons. Add that into the blender. That makes the crust really firm, so that's why I add the butter. Then you're going to mix it all together in the blender. Once you're done, you're going to take your spring-form pan and scoop out the crust into the pan. And then you're going to start pressing it down to the bottom to form the crust. If it comes up on the sides, that's fine. It's actually even better. And this is what it looks like. Put that aside. To make the custard, we're going to need medjool dates. If you can't find them in your store, you can find them online. Some people shy away from medjool dates because they look a little strange to them, but trust me, they're delicious. They taste like brown sugar. They do have large pits that have to be removed, but this gives this recipe a nice sweetness, so don't skimp out on this. It's really good. I like to use coconut cream instead of just the nut butters because the coconut cream gives this consistency for this custard, a really thick, creamy, smooth consistency that's closer to like a cheesecake. So that's why I prefer to use coconut cream. Another star ingredient of this recipe is an actual vanilla bean. Now I know vanilla beans are hard to find, and if you find them, they're very expensive. So you can substitute vanilla extract. But I prefer to use the vanilla bean because it gives it a real strong vanilla flavor. It's so yummy. Trust me on this. Preheat your oven to 350. After your sweet potatoes cooked and soft, put it into your blender. And we're going to blend it up, get it all nice and soft and mushy. Now we're going to add 6 medjool dates diced and pitted. Put them into the blender. We're going to use our vanilla bean that I cut in half. I'm just going to put that in. Or you can use 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. To blend this all together and make it really smooth, we're going to add a couple tablespoons of almond milk. You could use coconut milk or cashew milk. That will get it all blended together. For the next step, we're going to add our coconut cream. Now I opened it up and scooped out the thick part of the coconut cream that's always at the top, and inside the can is just the liquidy part. You could just put this together in the blender, but I like to keep it out separate and then whip it so that it gets thick. I like mine thicker. So then I whip it for about 5 to 10 minutes until it becomes kind of cottage cheese-like. And then I add my custard from the blender in. I start stirring it together, kind of folding it in gently so it all gets mixed together. See, mine's coming out orange. It would come out a lighter color, like a white color if I had a white yam or sweet potato, but I didn't, so I had to use the orange. Now spoon it into your springform pan and make sure it doesn't go over. Leave like a ½ inch or so to the top. Okay, so you're going to put it on a tray, baking dish, and into your oven. It's going to bake at 350 for about 45-50 minutes. Let it cool to room temperature, and then place your vanilla custard into the refrigerator overnight, or at least for 4 hours. To make the fruit topping, we're going to use arrowroot starch. You can find this online if you can't find it in your local store, or you can use cornstarch. We're going to use maple syrup, and we're going to use a cup of organic frozen fruit. Organic if you can find it. So we're going to pour 1 cup of frozen fruit into a saucepan. Add it by 1 teaspoon of arrowroot starch, and followed by 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. We're going to stir it all together over medium heat until it thickens to a nice thick chunky sauce. It takes about 10 minutes or so. Ooh, look at that.
Cute and yummy.
Okay guys, I gotta try this. I'll tell you what I don't taste. I don't taste the flavor of a yam. I don't taste the medjool dates. I just taste the creaminess with a strong vanilla taste. I can taste the fruit and the pecan crust. Ooh, so delightful. But if you're gonna serve this to your family and friends, I would definitely go the extra mile and try to find the white or yellow sweet potato, so it looks more like a cheesecake. But look how adorable this is. It's so cute. It will satisfy. So let me know in the comments below if you try this and if you altered it, what you did, how you did it. If you find this is useful for yourself or somebody else, please share it. If you like this video, hit like. If you want to stay in touch, subscribe. And as always, I wish you love, peace, and joy.